I'm Andrew Pirie and I'm standing in front of the Apogee vineyard in northern Tasmania. We're at 210 metres of altitude here on these gently rolling basalt slopes which form the beautiful soils of this vineyard, very special soils which are deep and well drained and provide an important part of the terroir equation, and particularly for Pinot Noir, which is making up the wine we're going to taste. This is an excellent location for the style that we're going to present. This is the 2014 Apogee Deluxe Vintage Brut, and it is around 90% Pinot Noir. It's made with a saignée process where we allowed some of the colour of the Pinot Noir to bleed into the grapes. So let's pour a glass and we'll see how it looks. Initially we're seeing the white collar, the foamy collar, which is the mousse, and that's a sign that we've got good bubbles, very fine bubbles, which are the important ingredient for the palate of the wine. The finesse of the bubbles is an indicator of the champagne method, and the finer the bubbles, generally the longer aging on lees. This wine has been on lees for over 36 months. That's the yeast in the bottle, and that lees contact gives fine bubbles, yeasty character and more complexity. So I'm going to have a smell, and what I'm smelling here is a complex mix of red fruits, the raspberry, strawberry, red currants, that also grow well in this area. That perfume's mingled with a little toasty oak, which is part of the deluxe method. Deluxe in the case of the rosé means champagne method with add-ons such as oak fermentation, extended lees aging. So it's got a very complex nose. It's not, some rosés are candy pink. This is salmon pink, and it's more serious in its smell. So let's go to the taste. The wine has very rich palate. It's full mid-palate, which is, I find, comes from Pinot Noir grown in very cool conditions. The cooler it gets with Pinot Noir, the fuller the mid-palate develops. And then the wine goes through to the finish with a dry finish, so initially full, not sweet but rich, and then dry on the finish. And we've got the taste mingling of the Pinot Noir red fruits and the lemon acidity of the Chardonnay on the balance. So overall a richer wine than the Brut, and goes suitably well with light poultry dishes such as quail, duck breast, but a perfect match we find with the washed rind blue cheeses from northern France and some of the washed rind white cheeses. Something about those cheeses which really highlights the aromas of the rosé. So I urge you to try a glass of the 2014 Apogee Deluxe Vintage Rosé.